Hello, this is Ifyajin for Ankara. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you have not subscribed, please do subscribe to this channel. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. On this channel, we do three things. The first thing we do is we identify who we are. Second thing we do, I can't count. Second thing we do is we also remind you of a few things you can do to make you better than you were yesterday. And we also want to put 2, 3 things in place for you to consider and ponder on it and see if that could be helpful to you. Thank you so much for being here today. So the topic for today is understanding nature of self is the beginning of eradicating problems. Understanding nature of self is the beginning of eradicating problems. What do you think about that? Yeah. So understanding of yourself goes back to knowing who you are, essentially. The composition of you. And the composition of you, I'm not talking about a textbook. I'm talking about what made you, right? The God that created you gave you everything that you need, gave you everything that you would need. And you are here as a complete human being. But sometimes, depending on where you grew up, sometimes depending on the environment, that all becomes the composition of who you become. So some people have attachment issues, and they have attachment issues because probably their beloved mom or beloved father left them, abandoned them. So now when they have cultivate that growth of trust and love for somebody of that magnitude, of in that level, who leaves them, they become afraid of attachment. And it could go either way. It could be they have been hurt so much, they don't want to love, they don't want to trust, and that's how it is. They don't want to be attached to you because they are fearful of being abandoned. Or it could be the inverse side where the attachment is so strong because that's all they know, and that gives them a self of purpose. Or it could be anger. They're so angry all the time. And they're so angry all the time because that's what they saw growing up. That's what they saw daddy yelling and screaming and punching the wall and all of that. And so they think that's the norm. Or they're angry because something failed them. And they feel as though that's just the only way to act. And sometimes that's just how people composition makes them become. Or sometimes it could be ignorance. Some people are so ignorant. So ignorant, like beyond the word ignorant, and can't tell them nothing. Can't tell them nothing. You hear me? And I think they are so ignorant because they are afraid of what they could find if they allow themselves to find it. It's fear. When you become this ignorant, it's because you are afraid. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? You are afraid of what you might see, the self that you might see. So then you shut all of that out and you become ignorant. You become an ignorant fool, basically, because you debunk everything. Everything anybody says, you debunk it. You don't want to know. Why don't you want to know? Why don't you want to know? I think fear is the antidote of knowing the truth. And you become ignorant in the course of it. So understanding nature of self is beginning of eradicating problems. So today, I admonish you to spend time with you so you could figure out your composition. Why do you get irritated so easily? Why are you so ignorant? Okay? Why do you have attachment issues? Why do you drink like a fish all the time? Why do you smoke like a chimney all the time? Why do you cuss like a sailor all the time? You know, because you don't understand the nature of yourself. But once you come into the knowledge of yourself and you accept it, that's when healing begins. That's when trust begins. So understand yourself so you can purge some of this composition that really doesn't benefit you. And it all goes back to self. And once you know that the creator that you came from is full of love, is full of passion, is full of completeness, nothing will slow you down. I'm here to remind you, spend time with yourself so you can understand your own nature and eradicate some of the problems that you have. This is Ifyajin for Anchor. I'll see you